The biggest regret that I have is growing up before I started my entrepreneurship is having fear. False evidence appearing real. Well, in this video, I'm going to share exactly how you can get rid of that fear and how you can build off it. How's everybody doing today? It is Monday. I want to go over a very important subject about fear, what it is, how it can hold you back from your dreams. But I mean, as me being a person, I felt like fear was the only thing that was holding me back. I was putting these false images into my head and making them actually become true. And I looked at other people's lives, the successful people, how they're making crazy amounts of incomes, how they're overall creating massive success, not just for themselves, but for others all around the world. And I asked myself all the time, how can I do it? And for the longest time, I couldn't figure it out, but there are laws to success, there are laws to being a better person, and it's just like the world. The world spins around at a perfect harmony. The sun comes up, then it goes down, and the moon comes up, then it goes down. The tides come in, then they go out. So people love to make excuses of, oh, the sun's causing my problems for the day. Oh, it's too hot, I don't want to work. Oh, my alarm didn't go off, so I'm not going to get up. They make these excuses. But I hear all the time how people just make excuse after excuse after excuse, but there are no solutions going on. I was actually just listening to one of my mentors right now, and he brought up a very valid point, how people will make every excuse in the book as to how they can't do it. And they do these things because they themselves haven't done it, and two, they haven't had anybody close to them do it. So it's not really that they're not asking the right people for help, it's they're not positioning themselves in the right position in life. They give excuses to why they can't be successful because their brother wasn't successful. So with me growing up, I realized that you have to go and get it. Not everything is going to be handed to you. At least that's the way that I was raised. My dad never really handed me anything as a child. He did to a certain extent, but once I reached the age of 16, he was like, all right, I'm going to stop buying your clothes. I'm going to stop buying you food if you want to eat out. I'm going to stop paying for like fun adventures. You need to start getting involved in the real world, figure out how to get a job to produce income so you can buy what you want in life. And I'm extremely happy my dad did that, because now I'm living in my own apartment that's $3,000 a month. I can't just go to my dad and be like, yo dad, I'm not going to be able to make rent this month. I need money right now. So a lot of people, they have that fear, that false evidence appearing real. And I mentioned this in one of my other videos, but when we were born, we all had these amazing ideas. We all wanted to do something great with our life. Just look, there's kids on the corner selling lemonade at what 5, 6 years old, and they have that drive, that ambition to do something with their life. And I feel like when we're going through like middle school and high school, it just takes us out of it. It makes us feel like we have to be a victim to society. Even when I was going through middle school, high school, I just looked around and I saw people trying to be somebody who they're really not. They're too worried about their friend that had a nicer body than them, better looks, or did a sport better than them, and actually got their friends to tell them that they need to do this better, they need to do that, when really we all have the same ability to make our own choices. Too many people are worried about what he has to say, what she has to say. And for the longest time, I was doing the same thing. I would be around my group of friends, and when one friend would go do something that I really didn't think was funny, I would laugh just to get a reaction from them, for them to look over at me and smile. And for the longest time, I was trying to impress these people that really didn't give a fuck about me. And I see that on an everyday basis, especially on Instagram and Snapchat. People are just idolizing the wrong people. They aren't really doing anything with their life. But I mean, that's just me, us being immature as we are children. I know that I'm still growing, I have a lot to learn, but that's just what I have noticed, that you can't really try and impress everybody, because at the end of the day, when you're in your bed, it's you and only you. So you have to realize that everything starts with you. Your belief is overall going to be the reason why you become successful. Your dreams are overall going to be the reason why you commit to what you are doing. And so many people, they get lost, not in their dreams, but somebody else's. They get so focused on trying to impress that person that they develop that person's dreams. They end up giving up on their goals, they forget about them, and they're like, okay, well, this person's doing this, they're getting these certain results, so what if I do the same thing? What if I'm going to get the certain results? When everybody has different abilities, we all have different things that we're better at. And nobody is able to find out what they are good at until they get out of their comfort zone, they try something new. I was always so scared to get out of my comfort zone. Why? Because I was complacent. I was fine with who I was, where I was at life. My dad paid for the rent. I didn't have to pay rent. I didn't want to fly out of the bird's nest and try something new. But when I did, it pushed me onto the real world. It made me experience things that I've never experienced in my life. And these things came because I changed. I knew that new things would come into my life if I did new activities and new disciplines in my life. I feel like people just aren't aware that on an everyday basis, when you wake up, you're risking your life. You're risking dying that day. So many people die on an everyday basis, but at the same time, people are born on an everyday basis. And the way that I think of it is your body is just a vehicle transporting your soul. What is up here is what is really important. And I see nowadays how women aren't attracted to guys who are ugly. They're attracted to guys with good looks, nice bodies. And that never made any sense to me, because your body and your looks are not going to raise your children. Your mind is, your husband's mind is, your wife's mind is, whoever you're marrying, if you're a male or female, I don't know. But people are too focused on the stupid little things. If my man's not good looking, I'm not going to be able to impress my girlfriends. If my girl isn't good looking, I'm not going to be able to impress my friend. It's about you. At the end of the day, it is solely about you and only you, because what makes you happy isn't going to make your friends happy. What makes them happy isn't going to make you happy. You have to realize that you are in charge of everything. From the moment you wake up, from the moment you go to sleep, you are in charge of every single minute, every hour. So most people, they aren't making the right choices because they're not around the right people. They don't have the right disciplines in their life. So with me, I realized that one of the things that's going to make me successful is figuring out and realizing that everything starts and ends with me as a person. I'm not going to go and talk to my friends for their opinion on what I should do with my life. It's my life. I'm going to do what I want. The last time I checked, we only live once. And too many people nowadays are just giving up. At the age of 25, they're done with college. They don't have any real reason to grind, to do anything with their life, because they've been told their whole entire childhood, their whole season in college that, yo, you need to get ready for this job. You need to get educated in this one field so you can use this one education for 40 plus years of your life, then you're gonna retire and then die. What kind of life is that? We all have a purpose in life. But 95% of us don't even figure out what our purpose is. Why? Because we're so solely fucking concerned about what our friends have to say, what our parents have to say, instead of what ourselves have to say. Isn't that sad? You have to dream it, then you have to believe it, then you have to achieve it. I see people come into the entrepreneurship and a lot of other industries all the time, and they don't get the results immediately, therefore they give up. They can't stay focused on one field. Do you realize that we as children, when we are learning how to walk, we fell over 50 times? Do you think we ever thought for a second this might not be for us? So why can't you people try something and not fail once and give up? Why can't you go through try, fail, and keep trying? Most people fail one time and they give up. They say, this isn't for me. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. I stayed consistent, and therefore me being a consistent person, I gained respect.